Just trying to get my COVID exemption thing done here on my registration. Here we are in the New Zealand Post Office. They moved it here, but first day after lockdown, everybody's out and about, beautiful people around. Look at her, she's so beautiful, and she's got a smile. We got a piece there. But you know, and you can come in here for vaccines. The national people rung up my mother about that. Yeah, she's chasing me now. About she needs to have a vaccine and that. My mother at 88, she said to him, no, I don't need no flu vaccine, I've never had one, no, I don't need one. I tried to push on her, but my mother's got a very strong will. They really don't know. She holds on to my wings, my mother. With the Holy, not the Holy Ghost, but the Holy Spirit lies a little bit. And that's where I found the division on you, like, so I'm just having a little bit of shout out of shows of everybody, you know, walking the streets now. Nobody like has to keep away from one another. People enjoying themselves in the cafe, you know. In New Zealand, we're unlocked over here now. Our government done quite a good job on, like, you know, but patience is virtue. Some people were moaning about it and that, but hey, it worked, didn't it? Or, you know, some people will say about this and that, but whatever they done over here, you know. And this is my local mall down here, you know. I've seen some of my earlier videos of me in those toilets, and I'm telling you it's about them taking your faces. This is the place where I've done those toilet ones. And if you've seen from this COVID thing, I was right. This couple of years ago, I was going around these toilets going, look, they're trying to take your faces, This is what happens when you wear those masks around all the time. It takes your emotions away. I'm just telling you, they're after your emotions. Okay? When I say blah, 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 and this bit of shout out of like some things I've talked about, I've said like, oh, I've met these people from the future. Hey, when I'm saying that, nobody has ever told me that, okay? They didn't tell me they were from the future and that. It was just, everything would just come together and this and that and what they said, blah, blah, and this other guy telling you things. You'll know in the future. And I found this machine, like what I'm on now, right now, you know, Google this, that, and all these, how it's all just so much faster now. This was where I was doing those toilets in. You know, as you can see those videos. So there's a bit of shout about, so nobody's actually told me that a lot of things with me, like I told you, is that this is my biography, what I'm putting together here. Some people look like they're talking to themselves, but they're on their phones with that, I think. You know, saying, putting those masks on, makes you like that there. See, that's when one-eye farmers got you. Okay, that's when one-eye farmer has got you. That's what you're going to look like, okay? And those masks and that, yeah, take away those emotions there. But we'll just have a little look around here and just, any of you still locked down in the world, maybe seen this video and just see how we're going in New Zealand after, you know, we're allowed out and about and nobody's worried about COVID anymore. Aotearoa New Zealand, we beat the COVID. I'm telling the world about this. Look at these joyful people, they're all happy that they're out again, but you know, and maybe just maybe a bit of a role play for something else, you know? Because that guy, I haven't got his name on, but I heard him on Camelot, and he's talking on there with her. He's had a couple of interviews with her, and he knows of these things. And I was telling you once, if I was meditating inside the sauna, where normally I tell people if I'm going to bring them into my meditation sort of thing, or blah blah. Normally they you know, because you shouldn't really do it without somebody knowing. And that woman, I told you, she came out of herself, but her body was still laying there. And then she realised, and then she went shooting back into her body again. Well, he was that AI guy AI intelligence, which is going to take over the world, threat for humanity or something his book's about. What am I saying about that? See how I said about that woman, what I seen inside the sauna. He's had that same experience himself, and he came shooting back into his body, and he gasped and this and that. This guy, he's got that level of, like, he studies these arts and this and that. And I tell you, how I said about I've met people and this and that. One of them was, the art is to live in a conscious state with a consciousness mind. That's when you're free from that thing, what he's warning you about, the destruction for humanity and blah blah blah. But you know, because a lot of people would rather go that way, and this will be their faces if they keep wearing those masks around. They have no emotions. Because those bots, they don't really have the emotions the same as it. And that's why they look at us like, we are incredible. We got all this charisma about us. We can show love and feelings. We get to experience life in a whole different manner. And this guy, he knows a lot about the AI and that. And so that's a little blast about that, just having a little look around, showing a bit of my countryside over here. Oh, we got blue here too. And so what else? Just talking about that blue here. Well, 3 times before my sister left, each time she said, only a God could do that. And I've told you about one time when this soul was trying to jump on my back, and I turned around and it's like I killed it. It just went back into the earth. I'll put you down there with that was the eyes of thy 13th angel. Look, I'm not being like I'll put you down there. I'm not saying in that way. I'm just being sarcastic by saying like that, because I had to go and do something with myself that night, and I was with my ego, because I knew what I just experienced. I had to do something because I knew this thing could take over, and I know I've been warned about my own destruction, on how I can destroy myself. So I had to go and do something with my ego. Okay, so when you guys hear me at times going on and that, I'm not trying to boast. It's hard to express some things to you without. Because even like that strange man, I told you that I can't tell you the full story, okay? So as I told you way back in the beginning, I went out from this Buddhist place, and I went and I seeked, and I tell you what, I found. And when you find, there's some truth, and I say, like in Mona Lisa, she wears the veil. This is a real point of this, what I've discovered. I'm trying to show you how she wears this veil for a reason, because the closest to God for a woman, she has to keep it alive from man. Okay, I can just reveal it like that, because this thing got shown to me from my sister just before she left. Okay, the last time I ever seen her physically alive, seen her since, but physically alive, I mean living in this body and talking.